Good evening, everybody. My name is Jay Burnett, and I'm probably a fellow classmate of your guys's, and I'm making my bookcase video for American literature. And the reason I'm outside is because I want to take a little journey back to the bookcase, give you guys some background knowledge of where it's located at, how it got here, and the journey it's taken. And I'm gonna do a little overshots of the area to show you the view that I have, and it's beautiful out here. So I've had this bookshelf for many years. I actually don't remember when I first got it. I've had it in several houses that we've moved to and from. It has been located at Hillsville, Woodlawn, Galax, and now it's here in the beautiful Blue Ridge area of Laurel Fork. And the bookcase will not be in the original position it's supposed to. Right now it's in my old room that has been overruled, let's just say. So I'll have to move it to a different location, but it'll still be the same tour, and it'll be great. In addition to that, I am very sorry about my voice. I feel very clogged up right now, and my allergies are just not that great. We're almost back home to the bookcase now. I'm gonna do a time lapse of me moving the bookcase and setting it up for you guys. All right, so now that I have the bookcase in the right location, I'm gonna go back and get everything that is supposed to be on it. Hello everyone, we have the bookshelf set up now. It took a while, as you can see. It's dark out now. Sorry I couldn't film the video in the daytime, but it'll be okay. We can still see the books, so that's all that matters. For the bookshelf tour, we're going to start at the top of the shelf, and we're going to work our way down the rows until we are at the end. So on the top shelf on the left-hand side, I have my senior night gifts that the cheerleaders gave us seniors, and I really appreciate it because they took the time and effort to paint, and they even put my name and my favorite Bible verse on there, which means a lot, and I appreciate Appreciate the gift. Also, on the same night, I was gifted this picture of me for my basketball season, and I greatly appreciate it. I have it on my shelf right now because I haven't hung it up yet, obviously. But I think I like it up here. Displays my character, basically. I don't know. And this is my favorite hat. It is also my golf hat, basically just my everyday hat that I was gifted for my season of golf at Carroll County. And next up is the first shelf, basically. So on the left side, we have my basketball shoes that I wore during my senior season, and a new plaque that I was gifted at Senior Awards for the sports that I played this year. Then in the middle, I like to put the fake diploma that Whitfield gave us, but we'll get one in 8 weeks, I hope. As you can see, they just have signature and thanks for coming to Whitfield, basically. But and then on the right-hand side, I have basically to match my basketball shoes. I have my golf shoes that I wore during my season of golf, and here is the first golf ball that I played with in my match, and I'm surprised I kept it. Surprised I didn't lose it. So on the next row, we have, first off, it stands out, Lightning McQueen. I've always loved the movie Cars. I watched it every single day as a kid, and it means a lot to have it here. I've had that toy for basically as long as I've had this bookshelf, so I love to keep it on here for sentimental value. I don't know. So we'll get to this later. We'll get to that later. So on the left-hand side, we have the Divergent series. I highly recommend this series, especially the first one. The first one's definitely the best, but I can't really say it's the best because I haven't read Allegiant or 4 yet. But this is the best one that I've read so far. I read it first in 9th grade, I believe, and then I had to reread it in 10th grade. So I really enjoy it. I really like sequel books and series books, but this was just a very interesting book. It's another dystopia book, just like Fahrenheit 451 over here, but we'll get into that later. But this is just it hooks you. It's a very good book. Insurgent was the same way, but it didn't really hook me as much. I still finished it. It was very good, but the first one is a lot better than Insurgent. And since Insurgent didn't really hook me as well, I didn't continue on, but I definitely need to. I need to read Allegiant and 4, but that's where I stopped at so far. And then next up on the shelf, we have the Hunger Games series, and as some people know, it is my favorite series to read. As of now, I've read all the books except for the new one that just came out, Sunrise on the Reaping. I'll stop, this is how far I am to the end. I want to read it so bad, but I stopped reading it after we started reading As I Lay Dying in class, but that's no excuse. I need to keep reading it. I'm sorry. After I read the first Hunger Games book, I believe it was 9th or 10th grade. I read it for a class project in Miss Hills, I believe. It hooked me just like Divergent, but even more so. It's a great book. I recommend it for anybody who's just getting into reading. If someone was what book should I read? I would say read The Hunger Games, and you will read all of them. Because after that, I read Catching Fire for fun, and then I had to read Mockingjay for fun. And then for my project in 11th grade. I was in Miss Ogle's class, and I was like, okay, I'll read the new book that come out, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, for my project. It was the Altoid Can Box, and it is my favorite book of all time. But sadly, I do not have it here right now. I'm letting someone borrow it, and I'm stressing out that it hasn't come back yet. But that is my favorite book of all time. I love it so much, and I really enjoyed doing the project on it. That I've kept it around, and that does not look good, but I felt like I did pretty good on it. I really did enjoy the novel though, but just have some decorations here. I just like to keep this here in remembrance of the book to remind me. And then next up, we have the Twilight series that I actually have not read, but I want to start reading it because I've heard that the books are better than the movies, and yeah, I'd like to read them. Just let me know if I should, and anybody in class, if I should read them, because I want to, but not really. I don't know. Then next up, we have the Scarlet Letter. I've heard a lot of interesting things about this book, and I actually have not read this either. I heard a lot of recommendations. I can't get the word out. But I went and bought it, and I never got to reading it. Same story with this book, The Great Gatsby. I went out and bought it as well. I was on a book spending spree for a while, and same story with that. Just never got to reading it. We also have Mark Twain with The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Next up, same with this. And then we have To Kill a Mockingbird right here. So these 4 books I have not read, but I've been highly recommended to read them, but I'll read them in the future. I hope so. And then we have Fahrenheit 451, which I recently just finished, and it is maybe one of the most interesting books I've read. I have no clue why. Well, I do in a way, but I don't get why they would ban this. And I don't think any book should be banned. Because, like, the way that I see it is, like, authors write these books to show their emotions and thoughts and convey it into, like, a message for us to read and understand. And that's speech in a way. And banning them is, like, taking away, like, their freedom of speech. But I don't know. It bothers me that some books are banned. I don't think any of them should be banned. And then we have Dracula, which I actually, like, really enjoyed. I wish Frankenstein was on here, because I enjoyed Frankenstein a little bit more than Dracula. But Dracula was a very interesting read, and I liked it very, very much. So that is the favorite book section. The next row of my bookshelf includes what I like to call the middle school phase section. For example, I got into these in like 5th grade, 6th grade. They're the Magic Treehouse books. I'm not going to go through like every individual one, but here's some, for example, that I have, like Blizzard of the Blue Moon. We have Christmas Camelot, Midnight on the Moon. I have a lot of these books, and I think I've read all of them, and that's why I've kept them around. But I don't really remember like reading them all that much. And then we're gonna skip over. I believe this was also like a 6th grade, 7th grade thing. So it's the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, obviously. I think I have 1 through 13, I think. No, I'm missing number 1. I think I lost it a while ago. My favorite book out of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, I actually remember reading these ones. It is The Long Haul I would recommend these books for middle schoolers who are just getting into reading, because I think they're intriguing in a way. They're stupid, but they're intriguing. I like reading them. That's why I bought so many of them. I think I've read all of these. I think so. And then for these, they're the Boxcar Children. They're a little bit more advanced, I believe. And no, they're not. But I tried reading these in middle school, but I tried reading the first one. I think I got halfway through it, but I never completed it, and I didn't continue on after that. I think these were like a Christmas gift for me to read, but I never did. And I included this on the row, which is just another decoration like the ones up above. And I'd also like to add on to Fahrenheit 451 that I think that every school should teach about this book. Like, every school should require their students to read it. I think that's what I think about it, but that's just my opinion. But back onto this. This is a project for Miss Mitchell's class that I did. I can't remember what time period it is. Oh, it's the Great Depression. It was a Great Depression era, and I don't know, I like keeping around my school projects. I wish I could find the journal that we made for our class, but I cannot. I wish I had it though, but yeah, I like keeping school projects around. Look out. And remember, then on the bottom shelf, I have basically just like my big books. On the right side, I have most of my yearbooks. I think it almost goes back all the way to when I went to Willis. Yeah. I like to keep my yearbooks around. I think that's everybody though, but I like to keep them on my bookshelf as well. We're actually going to skip over to the left side. On the left here are my Harry Potter books. These ones are interesting. I've read the first and second one, and they're pretty cool. You might be wondering why they're so big. Some of y'all probably seen these before, but they're picture books, but they're the whole original book with all the page numbers and everything and dialogue. Yeah, it's the same book, but they just made it bigger and added pictures, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not like reading the Harry Potter books. I did not. I read 1 and 2, and I quit after that. 1 was not good. I didn't enjoy it, but I was like, okay, I'll try number 2. 2 wasn't as bad as 1, but I did not like them, and I quit after 2. I did not read 3, 4, 5, and I have 6, 7 right here. But then we have some childhood nostalgic books of mine. We have Duck on a Bike. We have Curious George, Clifford, and Max's Chocolate Chicken. Just some nostalgic books to keep on there. And I'm not gonna get this out, but it's a binder of Pokemon cards from elementary school. I was a big collector of them back when they were a thing. And then right here, this is a very special book to me that we've kept. It's just photo album of when I was younger. We got family members. Continuing on, we have Hamilton. I love Hamilton. I love the musical. I love reading about him. I love learning about him. I've done many speeches on him back when I was doing public speaking, and yeah, I love listening to the music. I just love learning about him. Oh, hold on. Okay, we'll just set this over here. And then continuing on, we have more nostalgic books. We have the Bear and Say Bears, the Bear Scouts. Wait, no, that's Doctor's. No, it's Berenstain. Okay. Then we have more of it. We have The Joy of Giving. These were my favorite childhood books growing up. And then we have another special thing right here. Like, just look at this amazing writing skill. This was back in 2014. And yeah, I like keeping this around. It's just my writing in my journal. And then here's my baby book. Actually, I've kept this on here for a while now. My great-grandfather gave me some gold dollars. We have my certificate of birth. I was 7 pounds and 12 ounces. And we have my first haircut here, and it's actually very blonde, believe it or not. And yeah, that's just my baby book. It's got a couple pictures in there and just a timeline of how I was doing and the progress and stuff. And next up, we have the textbooks from my online biology class that I took in 11th grade, I think. And I actually did read through it, and I completed the study guide. And I'm very proud of that. So here's the whole bottom row, and that's the end of my bookshelf tour. Thank you guys for watching. I know you were forced to, but I hope that you enjoyed watching my video. All right, bye-bye.